The 2011 CGA season got underway with the CGA 4-Ball Championship at Legacy Ridge Golf Course. Danny Riscom of Columbine Country Club and Pete Mangold of Cherry Creek Country Club survived near-freezing temperatures to fire a final round 68 to finish 11 under and earn a one-stroke victory. In the senior division, Keith Masters and John Applegate of Meadow Hills defeated Ken Sadie and Harry Johnson of Eagle Ranch in a two-hole playoff to win the title after the two teams finished tied at 203. The CWGA season teed off at both the Country Club at Castle Pines and Blackstone Country Club with the Massey Championship. Janet Moore and Christy Austin of Cherry Hills Country Club defeated defending champions Kim Eaton and Melissa Martin 2-1 in the championship flight title match. Moore birdied the 17th hole to clinch the duo's 6th Massey title together. Common Ground Golf Course hosted the Colorado Cup matches, where CGA and CWGA amateurs took on Colorado Section PGA professionals for the 41st time. Each men's division went down to the final matches of the singles competition, but the pros won the overall Open Division title by 2 points and the senior division crown by only 1. In the women's matches, the amateurs won by 2 points to remain unbeaten since the women's division was added in 2002. Haymaker Golf Course in Steamboat Springs once again hosted the CGA Father-Son Championship, where Gary and Alex Kephart of Eisenhower Golf Club finished at 8 under par 136 to notch their record-breaking 4th victory since 2005. Doug and Nick Moore ran away with the net division title at 26 under par to win by 14 strokes. The CGA Senior Match Play Championship returned to Heritage at Westmore, where the Broadmoor's Dave Delich won his 2nd title and 3rd individual CGA title overall. Delich took the lead on the first hole against Scott Sullivan of Bookcliff Country Club and never looked back, cruising to a 4-2 victory. The match ended on 16 when Sullivan conceded the hole after finding the water twice on his approach attempts. In the Super Senior Division, David Faribaugh of the Broadlands Golf Course defeated Jeffrey Wagner of Fox Hollow 1-up to earn his 2nd Senior Division title. The Golf Club at Heatherridge hosted the CWGA Junior Match Play Championship, where Sing-Ha Choi of Common Ground won her first CWGA title. Choi, who had won the 5A State High School Championship 3 weeks prior, defeated Michaela Tapman of Twin Peaks 2-1 in the final match. Tapman won the first hole, but Choi won the next 3 and never relinquished her lead. While the girls were battling it out at Heatherridge, the CGA Junior Match Play Championship was going on at Kings Deer Golf Club. 1 year after Bear Creek's John Ahern lost a late lead in the final match to become runner-up, he returned to the finals determined not to let it slip away a second time. In the 36-hole final, Ahern left nothing to chance as he cruised to a 7-5 victory over Ryan Pettigrew of Lone Tree. The win was Ahern's first CGA title, and it was the most lopsided in the 5 years that the title match has been scheduled for 36 holes. The CGA Public Links Championship returned to Buffalo Run Golf Course, where C.J. Kim of Common Ground made a late charge to win the title at 6 under par. Kim began the final round 5 shots back, but birdied 4 of the last 5 holes to catch the leaders, and when the final group was assessed a penalty for slow play, Kim became the champion. Prestigious Cherry Creek Country Club hosted the CWGA Stroke Play Championship, where Omni Interlochen's Brooke Collins turned in a dominating performance. Collins, who plays for the University of Oklahoma, made 5 birdies in the final round to finish under par at 215, 6 strokes in front of the next competitor. For Collins, this was her 2nd CWGA victory, but her first women's title. The CGA Junior Stroke Play Championship traveled to Greeley Country Club, where UNC recruit Stephen Kupcho gave the folks in Greeley a preview of his collegiate career to come. Kupcho held off an early charge from Pine Creek's Cameron Harrell in the final round and shot 69 to finish the tournament 3 under par and win by 6 strokes. This was the 2nd largest margin of victory since 2000, and it was Kupcho's first CGA title. Eagle Trace Golf Club was the stage where Allie Johnston orchestrated another blowout performance in the CWGA Junior Stroke Play Championship. Johnston, who calls Red Hawk Ridge her home course, proved she can play well on any course named after a bird, firing 3 consecutive subpar rounds to finish at 11 under par and lapped the field by 8 strokes. This was her first CWGA title. The 111th CGA Match Play Championship returned to Bear Creek Golf Club, where former stroke play champion Jonathan Marsico of Castle Pines Golf Club faced Michael Lee of Greeley Country Club in the 36-hole final match. Marsico led early and looked to be in control with a 2-up lead after 32 holes. That's when Lee made his move and squared the match going into the final hole. Lee birdied 18th for the 4th time in 2 days to win 1-up and earn his first CGA title. Common Ground Golf Course played host to the CWGA Match Play Championship, where Soman Lee of the golf club at Heatherridge squared off against Brooke Collins of Omni Interlaken in the 36-hole final match. In a battle of golfers who have both won high school titles and CWGA Junior Championships, Lee took an early lead and never trailed en route to defeating Collins 3-1. For Lee, this was her 4th CWGA title, and it prevented Collins from becoming the first player since 2004 to sweep the stroke play and match play championships in the same calendar year. This was also Lee's last CWGA event as she headed west to begin her college career at Pepperdine. In the senior division, Lori Steenrod of Aurora upset defending champion Kim Eaton of Greeley in 19 holes after making a birdie on 18 to extend the match. Michael Harrington, Mark Hubbard, and Matt Scovey traveled to the Martis Camp Club in Northern California to represent the CGA and the Pacific Coast Amateur. The team took second place in the Morse Cup competition, which is the best a Colorado team has ever finished. The Girls Junior America's Cup team matches were held in Genoa, Nevada, where the CWGA team finished strong on the final day to climb from 12th place to finish in 8th place. Colorado hosted the Boys Junior America's Cup team matches for only the 3rd time, and Highwan Golf Club provided great home field advantage. The CGA team finished 3rd, which is its best finish in the history of the event. The CGA Western Chapter Championship returned to Tierra Golf Course, where Keith Humrickhouse of Gypsum Creek finished at 6 under par to claim his 2nd CGA title since regaining his amateur status in 2010. And it was Harry Johnson of Eagle Ranch successfully defending his senior division title by 2 strokes. The 75th CGA Stroke Play Championship was held at Common Ground Golf Course, where Indian Tree's Zakai Brown made up 6 strokes in the final round to claim his 2nd CGA individual title. Brown fired a 630 on the front 9 of the final round to close the gap on the leader, David Schroeder of the Broadmoor. Ahead by only 2 on the par 4 15th, Schroeder's ball refused to stay on the upper tier of the green where the hole was, and after 3 trips back down the slope, Schroeder eventually settled for a quadruple bogey. Brown found himself in the lead and never looked back, finishing with a 66 for a 13-under total of 271 and a 3-stroke victory. River Valley Ranch hosted the CWGA Brassy Championship, where it was the Eaton Holt Show. Hall of Famer Kim Eaton and Tammy Holt of Glenwood Springs ran away with the Brassy title, winning by 10 strokes. For Eaton, this was Brassy title number 6. Shinu Lee and Allie Johnston represented the CWGA at the Mary Cave Cup in El Cajon, California. The team finished 3rd overall, and Johnston finished 2nd individually. The CWGA Senior Stroke Play Championship headed down to Colorado Springs Country Club, which turned out to be the site of another come-from-behind victory this year. Mary Doyen of Foothills was 7 strokes off the lead entering the final round, and quietly proceeded to post the best score that day by 4 strokes to finish at 158 total. The 3 first-round leaders all finished tied at 159, and a 3-way playoff for the title was organized, at which point it was discovered a playoff wasn't necessary and Mary had claimed the title outright. The CGA Senior Stroke Play returned to Valley Country Club, where 63-year-old Jerry Kidney entered the final round tied for the lead and proceeded to put on a show. In what looked like an attempt to shoot his age, Kidney made 8 birdies to tie the competitive course record of 65 at Valley, and finally earned his first CGA title by 6 strokes. He also became one of the few to claim the senior and super senior titles simultaneously. The CWGA Chapman Championship headed up to scenic Grand Lake Golf Course. First-round co-leaders Jessica McVeigh of Common Ground and Ruth Van Zee of Blackstone hung on down the stretch to win their first CWGA title by only 1 stroke. Speaking of scenic courses, beautiful Red Sky Ranch hosted the CGA Mid-Amateur Championship, where Keith Humrickhouse of Gypsum Creek set out to defend his title. He entered the final round with a 1-stroke lead, but 61-year-old Harry Johnson carded a 3 under 69 in the final round, forcing Hummerkaus to par the 590-yard par 5 18th to force a playoff or birdie it to win. After hitting a 422-yard drive, he made the birdie look easy and won his third CGA title in 12 months. The CWGA championship season concluded at Mariana Butte with the Club Team Championship, where the team from Saddle Rock Golf Course, featuring Lori Steenrod, Laura Dunstan, Heather Watson, and Melva Hahn, won the title by 4 strokes. At the USGA Women's State Team Championship in Savannah, Georgia, Colorado was represented by Allie Johnston, Lori Steenrod, and Mary Doyen, who teamed up to finish 29th out of 51 teams. The CGA championship season concluded at Common Ground with the Interclub Team Championship match, where Lone Tree Golf Club capped a perfect season with a 24-12 victory over Battlement Mesa. 52 men's clubs from around the state competed over 5.5 months leading up to this final match. Green Valley Ranch hosted the Health One Colorado Open Championships. In the Colorado Women's Open, Florida pro Jessica Carafiello earned a 1-stroke victory and also won the Pro-Am with Aurora's Jay Small. Soman Lee took low amateur honors and finished 6th overall. In the Colorado Open, it was former CU player and assistant coach Ben Portee who birdied the first 6 holes in the final round to earn his first Open title, and Utah's Zach Blair was the low amateur. In the Senior Open, Champions Tour winner R.W. Eakes from Colorado Springs easily took the title and set the new scoring record, while DU coach Eric Hoos was the low amateur and finished 7th overall. The Colorado Junior Golf Association 10 and Under Junior Series Championship was held at Boulder Country Club's Les Fowler Par 3 course, where Jack Castiglia's lucky plaid pants helped him make his first ever hole-in-one. But it wasn't quite enough to hold off Ben Zimmerman, who took the boys' division title. The girls' division title was claimed by Amisha Singh, who won by 4 strokes. The 11-13 Junior Series Championship traveled to the Homestead Golf Course, where Ptarmigan's A.J. Ott earned a 2-stroke victory in the boys' division, and Sydney Merchant of Red Rocks cruised to a 9-stroke victory in the girls' division. The 14-18 Junior Series Championship was held at Columbine Country Club, where Glenmore's Ethan Freeman earned a wire-to-wire victory in the boys' division, and Taylor Dorns of Eagle Trace overcame a 6-stroke deficit in the final 10 holes to take the girls' title. Common Ground Golf Course hosted the 11-13 CJGA Ryder Cup matches. Team Europe doubled up Team USA 16-8 to take the title this year. The CJGA season concluded at Cherry Hills Country Club with the Tournament of Champions. Pueblo's Jimmy McCloskey carded a 67 to earn his biggest win to date, and Glenmore's Claudia Davis defeated Shinu Lee on the second playoff hole to take the title. Congratulations to all the 2011 CGA, CWGA, and CJGA winners and team participants.